Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Egg and Baby in the morning. Hello, baby. She might not be too talkative, I don't know. You can hear a hiccup now and then. It's been a while since we had the baby on an episode. You know, it might require a little bit of pausing here and there. And, I'm not going to apologize for two reasons. One is, she's a baby. You know, she doesn't know what's going on right now. And then the other one is, you love it. I won't take off my glasses. Take off your glasses, Corey. Nah. The famous... sorry, I got lost in the viral video sauce there. But yeah, people, you know, they leave comments on the video that are like, no, they were satirical, to be clear. No baby, no watch. Well, it's baby. Baby watch. Hey there, dude, is Tim Cook, Tim Apple, are you listening? Imagine. An Apple Watch, but for babies. And I'm just picturing a baby, like, looking at his iWatch, and is going, like... poo-poo diaper. It just says poo-poo diaper on the watch. It could link up with that smart diaper that I thought of a couple of months ago. Then I realized that actually the concept of a smart diaper really is... It does make sense to have a diaper that, you know, it uses like a sensor to tell you if it's wet or dirty or whatever, but it's not really practical when you have a baby, because you just, you know when the baby's diaper is wet. You know, the baby cries and it's not hungry, then you're like, okay, pretty sure we got a blue stripe in the diaper. You know, the blue stripe is... diapers have like a little color changing stripe in them. So if they get wet, then they change color from yellow to blue. From yellow to blue. I see a blue stripe shining through. I see a blue stripe. That's why you know what you know the song True Colors by Cyndi Lauper? So I do think it's kind of a spicy option. I do think it's worth picking up the D1 with Void, but we're not going to get another battery charge. So we might, and it's hot, right? But like, if we get a truly trash passive item from our boss, we may prefer to turn that into stats and just leave the D1 behind. The D1 is really good, but we must also acknowledge that we're very rarely going to use the Void as a D1. So, you know, like, it's worth pointing out, I think, that, like, it's very nice to have the D1 as its own item. But whenever you have Void, like, sure, you could suck up, like, 75 different spacebar items, right? But not all 75 of those items have the same use case. Some of them are useful when you're on low HP, some of them are useful, oh god, help me. You know, when you're on high HP, like IV Bag, for example. Some of them are useful, like, if you, you know, need a map or something like that. Some of them are useful to suck up an item. Some of them are useful to reroll an item. So, a lot of them have kind of countervailing forces at play. So, you know, and then, of course, on top of that, and I regret it immensely, let's be honest here, but on top of that, you also want to use Void whenever possible to turn, you know, bad passives into stats, or great actives into, you know, more spacebar items that you guys sucked up in the Void suite. So I don't think we would have gotten that much use out of the D1. So we got a speed upgrade, probably better than Little Steven. Is it better than... this is where it gets complicated. Is it better than Little Steven plus also having the D1 in reserve? Probably not. No, probably not. Hello. Oh. Uh-oh. 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 Anyway, I gotta tell you, I'm a little, I'm suffering the effects of caffeine. Let's not call it withdrawal yet, but last night, around like 8:30 p.m., I broke into a cold... oh, no! My deal with the devil. I broke into a little bit of a cold sweat. I said to myself, I'm pretty sure I'm almost out of cold brew. I look in the fridge, I got half a cup of cold brew left, that's it. Oh no, man. But you're like, just make more? I can't just make more, man. Can't just make more, the baby's asleep. The coffee grinder goes brrr, you know? So I'm riding it out on that half a cup, and then, like, you know, once Kate's awake, I might run out to the coffee shop real quick. Please don't push me. Please don't push me. Everybody. There's room enough for everybody if we just take our time here. We just give each other the space that is warranted. Hey, baby. But I can't really complain. You know, I slept amazingly last night. I slept from like 11 until 8, which is like... Again, I almost don't even want to tell people how well I'm sleeping because I'm sleeping so well. How about that for like an inverted Rodney Dangerfield bit? I'm getting so much respect. I gotta tell you, my baby, she respects me so much, she lets me sleep. I'm the only parent at the PTA meeting that's like, oh, so sure glad I have kids. I haven't slept this well since I was a baby. You know what? I'm telling you, I'm getting so much respect. It's so bad. I'm so sorry. But I like to think, in some ways, my willingness to dive into a bad bit is part of the reason you're here. It would be better if every bit was golden, but that's not realistic. I think that instead of every bit being golden, hey baby, the second best possibility is that some of the bits are golden, but you tackle them all with the same kind of level of commitment and passion. Let me see what we got going on in here. Incredible. If that doesn't sum up The Binding of Isaac in 2021, I don't know what does. You give up some resources. Wow, 3 red chests. We should at least get like a spirit heart out of this. Nope. 4 troll bombs and 2 spiders. 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and an expansion that's coming out next month. Hopefully, but probably because it is pretty close. On the 573rd day of repentance, the dev blog gave to me 5 bespoke synergies, 4 soundtrack songs, 3 alt floors, 2 curses, no. You got something? You got okay? A skeleton key. When you've already, sure. Okay, that's actually pretty good. When you've already finished the floor. Beautiful lemon party though. This is a tough one. Honestly, I'm going hard on this. Let's suck it up. Okay, so we got more speed upgrades than you could shake a hot rod at. You guys have hot rods in probably not in the rest of the world, but maybe in America at least. A hot rod is a pepperoni stick. I don't know if this is... I'm not suggesting this is a Canadian thing. Just that it wouldn't surprise me if this is something where people in other parts of the world go like, what? So when you go to a convenience store or gas station, occasionally you'll be like, this bag of potato chips and 6-pack of soda is not enough for me. And you'll grab basically like a stick of pepperoni from a jar that's at the front of the... It's at the front of the counter. I know, baby. It's very strange. I mean, first off, they're not good for you to begin with. Like, you know, beef jerky, actually pretty good for you. Major problem with beef jerky, sweetie, is that it's, you know, salty, yes, but also, like, prohibitively expensive, you know? Does make for a good high-protein snack, but is very expensive. I know! It's like, why can't everything be free? Right? Or, like, at least use a cheaper protein. Oh, she is not having a great time. She is like, I thought I graduated from the Isaac School of Observation, and now I'm back here? I'm not joking with you, she's covering her ears. I don't think that she knows that she's covering her ears, but it's a great mental, or a great picture to be sure. Alright, hold on. We need both of those, honestly, as much as I'd like to re-roll them. Oh, no, she's just lounging. She's just got her hands behind her head. Alright, that's not so bad then. Yeah, we're cool, right, baby? Yeah, we're cool. Yeah, we're the 2 coolest cats in the whole nursery. That's another void, man. That's another void play right there. Come on, man. If we Naruto run, we can dodge all the speed upgrades. It's just science. We do have a pretty great chance of getting a deal with the devil. It, you know, relies on us just not getting hit. Obviously, which is sometimes easier said than done, but still. Okay, I'll tell you, I would not turn up my nose at a little extra HP. And, you know, we've won 30 runs in a row. 30 runs in a row, I should say. I'm not in the business here of trying to, you know, tip over the apple cart this close to the destination that apple carts go to, which I don't know. Haven't seen an apple cart in a long time. I will say this is real. When I lived in Korea, oftentimes, like on a Saturday or a Sunday morning, you would get woken up by a loudspeaker, and it would, and so, like legitimately one time it was like an air raid drill, which I guess they still do because of the proximity to North Korea. That didn't wake me up though. I was just at the bank, like on my lunch break from school, and you know, all the like security doors and stuff came down. And I was like, oh, huh, what's going on? And then, you know, when he was still alive, there was a picture of Kim Jong-il on the screen. And then, like, you know, the picture of, like, North Korean missiles starting to, like, you know, get, you know, the truck pulls them out and then it lifts them up to verticality. And you're just like, oh, okay, I guess this is how I go then. But everybody else around me was, like, just chilling. They were just having, like, a normal time. Yeah, it turns out that's just, like, it's a normal occurrence to do the air raid sirens for preparedness. I'm so mad that I got hit there, but it is what it is, I suppose. Why, he took the bullet. Baby, it's okay, sweetie. It's okay, my sweet baby. You're okay, sweetheart. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You are okay. Yes, you are okay. Alright, we might have to put a little cork in this one just to put the pause button on temporarily, but oh my. What I was gonna say is like sometimes you'd wake up on like a Saturday and there would be literally like a pickup truck rolling around with a loudspeaker selling like apples and grapes and stuff. You'd just wake up to like Sagwa, Chunun, Poro, Chunun, and you're like, man. Now that's advertising. In North America, they just give us a bunch of flyers in our mailbox and then we throw them all out. Oh my god, I can hear her. She's like, I'm angry. Okay, so we're going to finish this room. We're going to maintain focus for this room because this is a spicy room. This one could determine the streak, sweetheart. It's not that the streak's more important. It's just that, you know, there's a temporal factor associated, and then we'll hit the pause button and I'll see you in just a minute. See you in just a minute. Okay, I am back. I am caffeinated. Well, caffeinating. I am ready for fun Isaac. Fun Isaac. Happy fun times in Isaac. I mean, this run, I'm not really complaining, right? Like, it's not that bad. We just got a damage upgrade out of Void, if I recall correctly, from 35 minutes ago. We got... Our speed is through the frickin' roof, man. I'm very happy to have Holy Mantle for now. Now comes the question, can I remind myself, why am I walking around? I think I was trying to buy a battery charge for some reason. This is not great. Okay. Little lucky, perhaps. He's so lucky. He's a star, but he cries for his lonely heart, thinking that's Britney Spears. That's Britney. Okay, crack this open. It's all coming down now. I would like 2 more cents, please. Thank you so much. Oh, I couldn't possibly. Oh, I couldn't possibly. So I wanted this. I also wanted to be able to get the what was I talking about just a second ago? I wanted to be able to get I want a void charge, but we're going to get one from the boss anyway. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Do you know why they call it a venti? Because I venti it in my stomach right now. I vent to drink you up. Look, there's there's almost a joke in there. There's a semblance. Why would you walk into him? Is what I would be saying to somebody I was coaching playing this game, if not playing it myself. Okay, it's a little frightening. We go through periods right now where things are somewhat scary. Yep. Saw that one coming a mile away. It was like, the lines are meeting. You're not dead, huh? Okay, now you're dead. Alright, this is huge. We wanted the HP, quite frankly. Straight up, I actually think a Thame is well worth it. Void, I'm not totally convinced. Not totally convinced, or sorry, that we would void Book of the Dead, I mean. So we don't want to take this too far, and it doesn't take much to take it too far, admittedly. In fact, just that might be enough. I actually think we're like out of here. What the heck? I'm all shook up. We should still be fine. Oh, by the way, I just noticed. I took a meeting this morning. Oh my god, I think like my voice is like a little loud. How we manage sound device property? 82? Are you crazy? We're like I'm a 70 lad. I'm a 70 lad. I'm like a 66 lad. Okay, there we go. Apologies. You know, it sounds like a Tom Waits joke. I had a meeting with YouTube on Google Meet. I used Google Maps to plot my Google car. Parked it in the Apple iPark. But really, like Google Meet, for whatever reason, they love to think that you don't know how to adjust your own sound settings. Which, to be fair, for, you know, a segment of the population is largely true. But they're like, you know what? Your audio's on 66. We find that historically, you tend to close more deals if your audio is a little louder. It's imposing. It's like wearing, you know, a bold tie pattern. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna crank you up there if you don't mind. We're just gonna crank you up so you sound like a jet engine taking off. I should have known, because when I took the meeting. Which is what you do when you're a big shot. You don't have a meeting? Yeah, I took that meeting. No, I didn't take that one. I took this one. It's a verb of commerce. By the way, a little scary. I didn't think they could get me there, but I've obviously been proven incorrect. That was a great bomb, though. Starting to feel a little scared, a little perturbed. Both of... Okay, is spicy, right? But I think we want to suck it up. I didn't see what we got for actives. Maybe it was luck? Not active, sorry, for stats. Oh, I gotta sneeze, too. It's a terrible room for sneezing, dude. Thank you. Okay. Good stuff. But, I remember when I took the meeting, the person I was meeting with was like, oh, your baby's babbling. And I was like, what? You can hear that? I don't even think I can. I'm not sure if I couldn't hear it or if I just, you know, I've got the dad senses, like, honed so well that I'm like, you know, babbling doesn't even register anymore. Unless you want it to, you know? I don't get out of bed for anything less than a diaper blowout now. Ooh, that was close. Because we really do, I mean, like, we're blue sky thinking to some extent, don't get me wrong, but we'd like to keep this Eternal Heart alive on top of everything else. Apollyon has never been my best character, that's for sure. So we you know, I recognize there's some inherent spice, you know, that my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson film, Inherent Spice. That's a pretty good joke. Forget you, man. That's a good one. I didn't even think about the fact that more options is actually especially... Wow, what a waste. Especially sick because we can get double the void payouts. You know, Death Stranding style, double the void outs via having more options. That's kind of exciting. You know what? I just want 2 bombs instead. Thank you. Alright. So this is probably not going to be where this run, like, takes off to the stratosphere. But we might be closing in on it, alright? Might not be too far away. It's my hope, at least. Ragman, living in a movie. Man, how old is that joke? Because Ragman wasn't even in the base game. Like, now I don't even want to think about that. I'm starting to realize, like... Let me caffeinate again. I think I'm gonna become a professional troll, but only in a small subset of my content. I think it would be fun to troll people who have trolled me for being old, now that they're starting to have their first inclinations of being old. Like, here's a little, you know, mind virus I thought of the other day, okay? Bro. I can't believe 2015 was 6 years ago. There's something about like the way that those words link together that I think if you're about 22 to 25 years old, it's going to cause you great psychic pain. And I take pleasure in that because you're the same demographic that's been calling me a boomer for like ridiculous stuff. Wearing comfortable shoes, you know, caring about my nutritional intake, etc., etc., you know, like raising my daughter well. Okay, boomer. Why don't you just put her in front of Paw Patrol and Peppa Pig? Okay. Bro, it's crazy. 2016, 2015, it was 6 years ago. Bro, you ever think about oh, dude, how lit was Transformers when it was, oh my god, dude. I remember my dad took me to see Transformers, The Dark Side of the Moon in theaters. It was like the greatest bond, and that was like almost 10 years ago. Oh my god, dude. Probably more than 10 years ago now. It's sick, right? How you like it now? I see you in my chat. People will be like, or no, it was even, I think it was in the comments for an Isaac episode where I was talking about how, like, if you give nutritional advice and you're, like, 17, just be quiet, because, you know, you have, like, an Olympian's metabolism in all likelihood. And somebody was like, hey, you know, self-aware. Hey, NL, I'm 17, here's some nutritional advice for you. And then somebody replied and said, like, just wait till you're 23. That's where it starts to go downhill. I'm like, man, 23? Are you are you crazy? You know, there's people in professional sports leagues, they're like making their debut at that age. You know, I know everybody, if you watch sports, you get this, everybody has the same, like, I'm old moment where, like, you watch the draft, the year that, you know, the people being drafted are born the same year as you, and you're like, oh, well, there goes that dream, right? Wait until, and I'm not even, like, you know, 80 years old, I'm just saying, wait until, you know, people are talking about NHL players, and they're like, well, he's past his prime. And then you look at his age, and he was born in 1992, and you were born in... We're just going to suck both those up. You were born in 1988. I mean, if this guy's past his prime... Like, you'll actually, like, you'll be talking to, like, your friends about the team, and you'll be like, yeah, you know, he's, like, a good character guy in the locker room, but he's old as dirt. We should move on. And then you look up his stats, and you're like, he's 3 years younger than me. He's a veteran. He can take it. He's, like, he's a little baby. He's just a little baby, drinking lots of coffee and smoking big cigars. Okay, dude, I don't, like, am I losing it? How did we void so many items and get pure garbage, right? Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like this tends to happen on Apollyon runs. You void a lot and you get luck. Like, luck is the name of the game when you're Apollyon. So eventually, like, on the chest, I'm gonna be pretty happy about it, I think, but until then, probably not. Now, there will probably be one more pause in this video. I think I'm gonna tweet that I'll probably be, you know, 15 minutes late for the stream today. It happens. Like, it's just a cascade of things. You know, I had a meeting, and then, you know, the meeting with YouTube is just content strategy stuff. Basically, them begging me to stop making Isaac episodes, and me going, no. That's not actually the transcript, but, you know, you get the gist of it. Please, we want you to replace Jimmy Kimmel. I can't. What would the Isaac fans think of it? And then, you know, a lot of, you know, I mean, just, it's not complaining, it's just baby life, right? I looked after the baby from about 8 to 10 a.m. The baby pooped 3 times in 2 hours, man. That's crazy. She's got, like, the digestive system right now of, like, a college student. Obviously, we're just... Okay, there we go. A little damage. And, of course, happy to have the luck and speed, as always. And then, you know, I took the baby out to Starbucks because she was... Sometimes babies need motion, you know? That's one thing you'll learn. People will tell you if you have a baby. They'll be like, oh yeah, sometimes, like, dude, I was thinking about, oh, now I'm like, I'm going off, okay? I apologize for going off, but I'm freaking going off, man. People will tell you things, and if you do this, I'm trying not to judge, okay? They'll say things like, yeah, when the baby, like, cries a lot, we just, like, take her out for a drive in the car. You know, after like an hour of driving around in the car, she falls asleep. Okay, sorry, planet Earth. Like, had to burn up like 30 liters of unleaded gasoline as a result of the fact that the baby was crying. But I was thinking about that the other day. Like, what percentage of the world's landfills, and it's a low percentage, I have to imagine, but still, it's kind of like scary to think about. What percentage of the world's landfills do you think are full of takeout containers where people just said, hey, can you put that in a separate container for me? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes people get a little weird about food. They're like, oh, instead of having that, like, on the dish, could you have it on the side? I just think about, like, the tens of millions of takeout containers that, like, those little, like, plastic, you know, like, solo cups. Not the red ones that I'll fill you up and have a party. So, oh, instead of putting the salsa, like, on the burrito, can you put the salsa, like, on the side instead? I just picture, like, a weeping planet Earth. I'm not saying I've never done it, by the way. I'm just trying to be a little bit more conscious, I guess, of my consumption. That's why they got to get on those biodegradable products where it's like, you know, it might be $3 per container, but at least it, you know, will actually break down in the compost. Anyway, I gotta say, I had a cool moment at the coffee shop. You know, I was there. I was waiting for my order. I actually had two cool moments. I haven't had a lot of human interaction outside of, you know, wife, baby, and doctors over the past, like, year. But I was wearing some samples of the new merch, and the Starbucks barista said, oh, I like your toque. And I said, thank you. And she said, where'd you get it? And I got to be like, I wasn't a jerk about it. I was just like, oh, it's custom, actually. And she said, oh, I'm jealous. And I was like, look, I should have made the sales pitch right there, like, hey, here's the URL, but the site's not up yet. However, ladies and gentlemen, we got one. Don't hit me, please. You know what? Hit me, please. Because I would like you to die faster. Why don't you land here and then try to take out that fire for me? Dude, I'm the greatest Isaac player on Earth. Did you see that? We're using adversary to fight adversary. What a world. And then, you know, I had the baby stroller with me, with the baby in it, you know, for the record. Thank you. That's exactly what I needed. I needed a stat that starts with T. I guess it's just what I needed. Yeah. So I'm being a fool and I'm, like, deliberately taking damage. But it's to try to amp up my HP in the future. It's not really working, by the way. And then, anyway, so I had the baby stroller, and one of the other guys that was waiting for his order was like, wow, baby carriages have come a long way, huh? And I went, huh? And then he went, whoa, baby carriages have come a long way, huh? And I was like, oh, yeah. And then he was like, when I was a kid, it was just a metal frame with some wheels. And I said, this is a very common interaction that I have. Like, this is in a genre of interaction that I have a lot, is that somebody makes, like, a joke to me, or at least I take it as a joke, and then I make a joke that plays off of their joke, but they don't take it that way. You know, it wasn't like he was offended, but so he said, you know, when I was a kid, let me make this tweet first, okay? I'm going to just lie in the tweet. I'm just going to be honest. We're going to be starting at 11:15, not 11. Sorry, but a stream this epic needs some epic fuel first. Late, late, haha, so late, haha. Anyway, should just let your baby sit in their stinky diaper. So anyway, he said, when I was a kid, baby carriages were just a metal frame and some wheels. And I said, yeah, you know, pretty soon they're going to be self-driving. I thought that was a nice joke, you know? So that's the way cars are going right now. Pretty soon they're going to be self-driving. I don't know, I might have said, pretty soon they're going to be driving themselves. He literally, like, just steamrolled the joke. Did not laugh at all. Which is impolite, for one, and also, you know, I don't know if he knows who he's talking to here. Thousands of people would, oh my god, this is the greatest joke I've ever heard. And to hear it live, my word, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. But then he went, yeah, you know, like, it's crazy. They've really come a long way. And I was like, yeah. Anyway, then my order was called and I left, but was like, come on, man. I built it. It was like I was auditioning improv partners, and like he made a comment, and then I built off it, and then he was like, nope. But anyway, I can hang my hat on the merch. I can hang my hat on the merch. That merch comment, I gotta tell Jay, actually, the designer of said merch. I'm really trying to be more relaxed, and this is not related to the coffee shop anecdote. It's about being like late. Come to realize, you know, I'm really trying to move from this like, you know, hyper, you know, always gotta. I mean, punctuality is a very good habit that, to be honest with you, I adhere to. And I mean, there's no way to phrase this nicely. If I only had to worry about myself, I would never be late. Let's put it that way. You know, some of the lateness is baby caused, and some of the lateness is ancillary to the baby. But regardless, it is what it is. It happens, you know. Really, like, I guess the way I would phrase this to begin with is like, if you're a late person and you have a baby, like, I feel for you, because, you know, I'm in the same boat. I don't like to be late, but the baby predicates it sometimes, you know. It happens. If you're late and you don't have a baby, what the heck's your excuse? Because it really is just like, oh, you don't care that much. Okay, fair enough. Anyway. Sorry, I forgot. This wasn't meant to be like a late versus early bit for the 12,000th time. Rather... Let me in! Oh, let me out. Rather... I'm trying to be a little bit more relaxed. I don't... Like, I guess what it comes down to is, like... You know, you gotta take a more copacetic attitude towards things. For years, you know, one of the reasons I don't like to be late for my own stream, I mean, I like to have a routine. I like to be live when I say I'm going to be live, and if I know I'm not going to make that time, I like to let people know in advance so they're not just hanging around, like, waiting for me to go live. But, like, you know, once I made an emote that was, like, use this when I'm late, like, it turned kind of toxic. And it's, like, a joke, for sure, but it's still, like, annoying because the joke is about you, right? Like... It's not my best damage I've ever taken there. But I'm realizing now, you know, like... So I might rush this run. You know, if we're 6 months ago, I might rush this run. Oh, I'm sorry, but I gotta get to the stream on time. I gotta get to the stream on time. And then we, like, lose the run. And then I'm, like, mad because we lost the run. I didn't have a chance to eat or defecate before the stream. And I'm, like, you know, annoyed. The stream starts off with, like, a bad energy. I've come to realize that I know myself well enough. Don't hit me here. Like, this is important, man. I know myself. Oh my god, I hate you! My dang deal with the devil, you jerk, and then you gave me a range upgrade. Oh my god. You're lucky that I turned my volume down. Anyway, so like I said, trying to maintain a more positive attitude. And then, like, instead of, you know, starting the stream off on, like, a negative foot, you know, just be an hour late and just, you know, apologize and explain it and then start the stream with a good energy. It's like people are hitting you with the, because it's an inside joke, right? But people will hit you with the lying late when you're like 4 seconds late. And I'm like, shut up. I really feel, and I know you shut up about inside baseball. I really feel like this year I'm starting to tease apart some extra things about parasocial relationships that are actually quite helpful for me. You know, remembering that, you know, when people say stuff like that, they're not actually, like, the way that you take it is let's not take it as rude necessarily, but like a little aggressive. Like, do you know how many times I've heard the same, oh, if he's 15 minutes late, we get to legally leave. And, you know, like... After you hear it enough, you're just like, why don't you just leave right now and save us both the trouble? And then you gotta walk it back and remember, like, ah, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. But I really do start to get, like, the cashier sort of, you know, mindset where I'm pretty sure you have, like, 1,000 people a day that are like, oh, hot enough for you? Working hard or hardly working? And you're just like, that joke hardly worked when it was invented in, you know, the year 0. But you're still using it, huh? How about that? That's interesting. Anyway, you gotta recontextualize it. You know, it's not a you versus the audience. You're in control. I mean, at any point, I could just be like, we're canceling the stream for today. If I wanted to, I suppose. You know, if you're just not feeling it. But, yeah, I'm trying to, you know... Really, let me put it this way. I'm late due to, you know, some dereliction earlier this morning. That's fine. Don't double down on it by also, like, ruining your Isaac streak or, like, rushing into a stream for 5 hours. Like, not that 5 hours is, like, a marathon or anything, but, you know, you'd rather enter it in a good state of mind. I really, like, I'm not a mindfulness sort of guy, but I'm starting to get into it a little bit more. I think you gotta have some kind of weapons to steel yourself. When your job relies on you maintaining, you know, some semblance of composure in front of thousands of anonymous people, many of whom are trying to bait you, you know? I think that the stronger you can make your constitutional fortitude, you know, the better off you're gonna be. And especially, I'm entering a new level of power, you know, that previously we had maybe, let's call it a power level dip. When we first had the baby, you're getting a lack of sleep, you're running ragged, you know. It's, you got all sorts of stuff going on. Now I'm like, I'm feeling good. I'm sleeping better than I've ever slept in my life. Let me tell you, I've never had so much respect. I've never gotten so much respect. This run is kind of ticking me off though, dude. How is it possible that after all of this, we have a 7 rate of fire and a 5.55 damage stat after... I mean, I only have 7 items. No, wait, I only have 9 items. Sorry. I only have 9 items. Like, this is a mess, man. Look how they massacred my boy. We need as many of these as possible to try to get demon hearts out of him, but... Bro, what happened to Apollyon, dude? This is like, and now I'm like, I'm going off, man. But like, you know, has any character suffered more from the, you know, inclusion of like 17 stats on the stat board that are completely irrelevant to your success or failure? Hey, NL, don't, hey, man, like, sure, you don't need all those speed upgrades, but, yo, I've never seen a shot speed that powerful before. Let me out, please. Like, I'm realizing that we might even be a little bit more late. We somehow created a train wreck situation. I mean, at this point, I'm like, why don't you just hit me, okay? On a big room, why don't you just hit me? And I'll take you out accordingly, and we'll get nothing out of it, and I'll regret it immensely and wish I had some semblance of patience instead. You're witnessing a tilted man. Let's put it that way. This is a man who is tilted, but it's all you're also witnessing the growth of a man who has recognized his own intrinsic value as a human being, as a gamer, as an entertainer, as a, well, you know, philanthropist, billionaire philanthropist playboy like Tony Stark. But like, I'm so sick of these Isaac runs, man, that have no damage. And like, I mean, we kind of did it to ourselves with Void, but did we really? Like, I mean, we sucked up a lot of items that, just to be level with you, are straight up garbage. So like, I don't really feel like I did, really. I don't really feel like I did. Or like I did do it to myself. Let's put it that way. I mean, we probably lost some HP we shouldn't have lost, and that screwed up our deal with the devil chances, but... Weehoo! Big summer blowout. The worst part about all this is I know, like, you know, especially given our luck stat, if we just make it to the chest, we got a really good chance, right? All we gotta do is make it to the chest, dude, but... Like, all of these rooms are like misery. And you might take this as, oh, gamers these days need their hands held. Haha, they like to have fun too much. When I was a gamer, we just exclusively played games for, you know, to simulate misery. But I really feel like a pity timer or something on Isaac would help out a lot, man. Like, it's been 2 floors since your last tier's HP or damage. Here's a tier's HP or damage upgrade. I don't know if it would actually work, but that's the luxury of being the content creator. You don't actually have to test your ideas. You just have to go like, why wouldn't they do this? What were they thinking? You can just walk over it. You can just walk over it. So that we should not be doing what we're doing right here, but on the other hand, like, Lord help me, but I'm about to go back to the old me. Like, if you want to kill me, like killing me and Isaac is one. I'm never that salty, even if it. There you go. Okay, I'm like never that salty when it's the end of a streak. It's just like when you want me to suffer. Like, no, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Congrats, Isaac, you did it. I'm a broken man. I'm a broken man. Either way, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. We'll be back to do some more randoms. I mean, randoms been fun. If you did enjoy it, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. I'll see you next time. See ya!